Hey everybody out there in YouTube land, we're out here in the old time cave with lanterns. I'm burning my old Santa Fe Ad Lake, the old Herald Globe. Yeah, I love this thing. It's a beautiful piece. It's really my favorite railroad lantern, which I only have 3 of technically. My Acme Inspector Southern Pacific marked one, and then also a Rock Island marked, conductor's lantern, I believe. Anyways, which I should do a video on. I haven't done one on that lantern for a long time. Actually, I need to prep it for the fuel oil that I have. Well, it's the medallion oil that actually burns very nice in dead flame lanterns. Best. It's very similar to the signal oil that they used back in the era that you can't get anymore. That's one of the reasons why when I have used kerosene in my railroad lanterns that are not tubular, my dead flame railroad lanterns, they burn very dirty and fog up the globe, and they're just gross. So medallion, that's a good one. Anyways, we're enjoying a little bit of an experiment here. I have this pouch, this nice vintage 1940s 40 pouch, okay, genuine English leather. Yeah, I think it's ostrich actually. Well, it says leather, but it's got an ostrich skin type of texture to it. Anyways, my wife got this for Christmas many seasons ago, early in our relationship, and it's a really nice thing. I actually have to have the zipper fixed. It's kind of coming apart, but still holds tobacco just fine. Anyways, I had some mountain camp in there from yesterday. We were out visiting and doing some Christmas gift giving to some friends of ours, and I took some mountain camp along with me. Well, I have a jar, a small little squat ball jar from like the 30s, and that had some remnants of Peter Stokkebye Proper English, which is one of my favorites, of course. And well, I wanted to put some new tobacco in that, but I didn't want to throw out the old tobacco because it was still very, very smokable. Anyways, so I blended the two. I blended Mountain Camp with Proper English, and they're both very similar. They have very similar notes and taste profiles, so I thought they would get along just fine. So far, so good. It's actually very nice, and it actually tastes very Englishy or mountain campy, whatever you want to say. It's just nice, smoky, savory type of note, Okay. And I'm enjoying it in this pipe maker billiard, and it's got a nice, kind of rough cut to it. It's very, very rustic in a way, but slender and elegant, and it has a great taste. It tastes wonderful. I like this. I had another pipe maker that was a smooth billiard that my wife gave me with the pouch, actually. Sadly, the stem broke on that, and I'm still trying to figure a way to fix it best because I do miss that pipe. It tastes amazing. It was a really nice smoker. I'll say this. Love my wife. She's a wonderful woman. She is very special. And something that she has a superpower. Whenever she buys me any tobacco accessories, they are always a home run. She knows what to shop for, and she's aces. She really is. I love her. She's a great person, great companion and friend, and she knows me pretty well. So I love you, honey. If you're watching this, I love you. Nice. All right, now enough of the vices. Let's get into the content now. I mentioned in my previous video that I got something in the mail that's going to be a bit of a project. Now, it's nothing too extenuous. It's nothing too crazy. I love this ashtray real quick. This is a Goodyear, 1930s Goodyear all-weather deluxe diamond tread tire ashtray. These were souvenirs at the World's Fair. And this thing is, it's more or less kind of the style of tire that I will be putting on soon on the Dodge. I actually bought a set of Blackwall Goodyear all-weathers for the 40 Dodge. And it has the Art Deco ribbed sidewalls with the ribs, very, very 1930s to 1940s style. And they were not inexpensive, but from all I've talked to, who have used them and who have them on their cars. They say they are easily the best bias ply tire money can buy, and with the price point that they are, they're very similar, if not on par with other bias ply tires that are available. So why go for pay the same price for something that's less quality? So yeah, I'm going Goodyear this time. And Goodyears were actually stock tires for Chrysler product cars. So I'm excited about that. Anyhow, enough about tires and ashtrays and smoking and cars and stuff. Oh, I went out. Oh well, anyways, here is the project. It is a CT Ham. Put that over there. It is a CT Ham pin lift, circa late 1880s. And it's a really neat project. I'm excited about this for one of two reasons. It's early. It has no globe guards, as you can see. The early ones were, pretty much a little more risky, I guess, of glass breakage. But it's a really neat design. CT Ham had some fantastic designs. They had a very numerous and expansive design spectrum, I guess you could say, especially early on. Now, they started making lanterns in around 1887, to my understanding. That's when the company started, when Charles T. Ham founded the company. And the neat thing that I've learned about Charles Tafton Ham is that he was a visionary in a way, and a very conscious businessman, where he supported and rewarded his employees and his staff for doing not only a good job, but also offering designs and improvements on his designs. So I would say a very healthy work environment existed at CT Ham, and that I appreciate. That I can really, really get into. Kind of on par with George Westinghouse, who was also very, very positive with his staff and treated his staff very well, and those who worked for him. Anyways, this is a really cool lantern, and they're very rare. They're not easy to find. Well, they do turn up ever so often. However, they are collectible, so they do go for a considerable amount of money. And this is the lift mechanism right here. It's a little tab, and it has a little rod inside a sleeve. And so that goes down to here, and then so you would push up on this and it would lift it up. And then of course there's like a little track with a wire. Now I don't know I don't think this little twisted up piece of wire is original. I don't think this had a loop, a little finger loop. I know that came later, but this is just probably someone's addition for whatever purposes. But anyways, it does sort of operate. It's still pretty stiff because, as you can see, it's unrestored. I haven't cleaned this up at all. And it has some surface rust, and it has some little goobers, and it's imperfect, but it is straight. It's very straight and very solid. I acquired this from the Antique Lantern with old Antique Lantern Joe. So this is an exciting project, and I was talking to him about this model lantern, and I was sharing with him one that was on eBay not too long ago, and we were talking about what it might go for, and we're just kind of kicking around ideas and stuff. But he's like, well, if you want one, I have one that needs to be restored, and I'll give you a way better price on it. So he showed me this, and I says, okay, what are you thinking? And so he told me his price, his asking price. I'm like, that's very fair. So I says, can we do a layaway? Can I pay a little bit off at a time each month? And he's like, totally fine. So over the course of a month and a half or so, I paid it off. And then he just sent it to me last week, and it's amazing. And he tossed in this amethyst tint hot blast globe, which is beautiful. It's really nice, and it fits actually pretty well. I will be keeping my eyes open for a proper period ham tubular globe or hot blast globe as it is, but it's really cool. And it just says on the back of the fountain, it says CT Ham. Let's see. CTH Company number 0. There you go. You see that? There you go. But it is missing the fuel cap, but that's on its way. That was part of the deal, but it was forgotten. It's no problem. So it's on its way right now. But anyways, it's in pretty good shape, you know. And there's actually a spring. You can hear it when you lift this up. There's a spring inside the draft tube, so that's pretty cool. When you go like this, you can see it a little bit. Maybe you'll see it better if I hold it like that. You'll see something up there, but it's very solid. It's just kind of surface rust and some dirt. Nothing crazy. So this is how it works. So this lifts like so. Go like this. Oh, and it comes right out. Yeah, there's no stopper on it, so you can take it right off, and makes it easier for cleaning. The cone comes right out. It's a wick, and the burner, and everything is actually pretty nice. This is a pretty cool lantern. See, there's the burner, and there's no air deflector with the little perforated holes in it. That's actually on the inside of the cone. See? See that? Pretty cool. So this is an early design, late 1880s. I really like the bail on these earlier hams because they continue the line of the profile of the air tubes, and then a nice elegant curve or arch top with a nice crisp bend. Nothing's, you know, nothing really. I mean, it's just an elegant design. It really is. And at this point in time of the company, you know, the inside of the fountain actually looks pretty darn good. This thing probably holds oil. I'm gonna wager that it does, but we will find out. Of course, we're gonna do a proper test. Not today, but you know, this is just getting into it. Wick doesn't look that bad. It could use a trim, and I could easily, definitely, you know, it probably will burn just fine. As long as the air tubes are clear, which will have to be done, because this thing does, you know, it has its dirty issues. It is a nice brass cap. I will polish the cap a little bit. I will be preserving a majority of the patina. You know me and patina, but there is some decent rust under there that I'm going to abate and to preserve this lantern for future generations, because that's what I do. Not only is it fun to restore these lanterns or operate them as it is, it's about preserving history as well. That's an important aspect, but dang, nice, heavy, thick globe. It has a bit of a rim on the bottom, which is not common. This probably wasn't designed for this particular lantern, but it does fit and is pretty. So for all intents and purposes, it will be just fine for now until I get the proper globe. But yeah, CT ham, number 0, pin lift, and it's going to be fun. Now, it's interesting because some people have asked me, like, well, you know, pricing. What's about price? What's the deal about pricing a lantern? Well, we all pay prices for these things when we want them bad enough. Now, I hate talking about prices or quoting prices or saying what a particular lantern is worth, because it's always worth something different to somebody else. The prices that we see that go up for a lot of money often is online, on auction sites like eBay. So when eBay is involved, there's a large audience. So when you get something that's unique and that's harder to find out in the wild, then you're going to get people finding it and watching it, and then they're going to say, well, they decide how bad they want it. So they decide what their maximum bid will be. And if 2 people decide they want it, no matter what, you get a bidding war. And so the price just goes up and up and up. And also, there are other sellers that are not always on the up and up, which they will have an outside bidder to kind of kick it up. So you have people that do help prices go up just because they're trying to help out a friend or whatever. And that's dirty pool. In my opinion, that's dirty pool. But I'm not surprised. I can't say I'm surprised because it is, you know, something they want to sell for a certain price. So they start off a low bid, and then they get some people to bid on it early on, and then it'll just jack it up. But if it's a rare enough lantern, they don't have to do that. They, you know, probably will just let it roll. And there's been some lanterns that have been going for some serious money recently. Now, for whatever it's worth, Some of the lanterns are definitely worth the money they go for. Others, it just depends on who wants it bad enough, really. It's true. So, one of these, in restored condition, it had some pitting, but it was still a restored lantern and complete. And it was nice. It went for over $400. Exactly like this. It was a Penlift number 0 CT Ham. I didn't pay nearly that much. Lantern Joe gave me a very reasonable price on it. But I did pay it off in installments, and so we worked up a little payment plan, and it worked out perfect. Worked out very well. And I really appreciate him being such a gentleman about that stuff. And he understands some of us collectors don't have a disposable income that we can just throw at our our hobbies, our obsessions, and all that. So that being said, I tip my hat to the Antique Lantern. Joe's always been up and up and straight leveled with me, and he's always just been a real gent. I had the honor of meeting him back in July when we were in Connecticut, and had a nice visit, and of course I got some killer stuff. So yeah. The other thing is, my wife got me something for Christmas from Lantern Joe, and I'm really excited about it. I'm not going to show it to you because, well, I haven't gotten it yet. My wife has it, and, well, it's a Christmas present, so I won't be sharing it until I officially receive it. But it is lantern related, of course. But it's not a lantern. No. Now, some of my viewers know what this is. I trust you will keep yourselves quiet because I don't want to spoil the surprise. So for those who know, just smile and nod and, keep your comments, sealed. But it's going to be a fun thing to share and add to the collection. So, I got to keep you guys guessing. You have to stay subscribed and follow the channel for a reason. I mean, gosh, if I just gave away all my secrets, what would be the fun in that, really? I mean, come on. I do have a point, don't I? I think I do. Anyway, CT Ham, number 0, Penlift. It's next on the bench to get restored. I've been burning the NCL crank tubular, which is... I love that thing. It's a really cool lantern. It's just amazing, and this thing is definitely going to be a wonderful addition to the collection as well. And the cool thing is, when I started getting back into lanterns and all that stuff, I was focused mostly on what I would find in antique stores, which were high-lows and, an occasional Monarch or a Defiance, very rarely. But since I've, gotten back deeper into the hobby, I've been able to procure some very nice things. I'm very fortunate, but I'm now getting some earlier, a little harder to find things, mainly, of course, from collectors and some of the people in the community, which I really appreciate. But with the things that I've gotten already this year, my collection has stepped up to a level where I'm really comfortable. I'm really satisfied with some of the stuff I have. And, yeah, I feel like an actual collector now. Now, there's no model of what makes a true collector or not, but we see the pictures of some of the stuff out there that other people share, and I always appreciate what they have. And it's like, well, I would like one of those too. It'd be cool to have some different items that are lantern related to, round out the collection. Finally, that's happening, and I'm very, very, very happy that I'm able to do so. But anyways, this will get cleaned up, and it's going to look awesome, and I have high hopes for this. It's going to be great. Well, that went out pretty quick. Anyway, yeah, fun stuff. So, just also FYI, we will be doing a New Year's Eve light up. Ken, with lots of trains, has extended the challenge to light up any number of lanterns and do a video or send him photographs by New Year's Day. I'm going to do that, and I admonish anybody with either a YouTube channel or not, just to do that, just to snap some photos of your favorite lanterns while they're burning, and send them to Ken. I'm going to send him some photos, and also I'm going to make a video for my channel as the New Year's light up. So yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be great. I'm going to try and I'll have to figure out what lanterns I want to light up. I have a few. I don't want to light them all. That would be fun. That'd be cool, but that's a lot of work. But you know what? This year was, it wasn't ideal. It wasn't terrible, but it was definitely, not ideal as I would have hoped it would be. But yeah, we definitely want to send it off in a blaze of glory. So, yeah, definitely consider it. It's something that Bob the Lantern Guy and Scout Crafter started several years back, and it's a lot of fun. It's fun to participate that through the internet, and we can all kind of feel connected more or less to lighting a bunch of fun old lanterns and celebrating and welcoming in a new year. All right, friends. That's all for me for now from the Time Cave. We will be getting some content again later this week over the Christmas holiday, probably just after Christmas. I will have my camera and my gear, and we're going to try and do a video on the road to some old ghost towns in Arizona. That's right. There's some small ghost towns that are still towns. They're not ghost towns, but they're small little towns that operate that have really good antiquing. So we're going to try and do some antique store content, of course, with the permission of the store owners. So with that being said, stay tuned for another video. Probably won't upload it till Monday, but that'll be fun. You'll have some great content to catch up on. All right, friends, have a wonderful Christmas holiday if you don't see me sooner than that. And light a lantern. All right, see you again real soon. Have a great week. Merry Christmas. Bye.